Hey guys, Jeremy here from School of Wok Covent Garden. It's Wok Wednesdays, and this week it's an Indonesian yellow curry with turkey. So this is a really simple dish. It's all about sort of basic flavour and natural ingredients. Again, I've got a massive onion today, so I'm going to go for, let's go for half the onion, because that is quite a lot. I have no idea why I cut it that way, but okay. Now I want just sort of fine dices, or roughly fine dices of onion. Look, my hands are rubbish today. Some garlic. Again, roughly chopped, because we are going to sweat these down with the onions. They'll get quite nice and sort of melty anyway. Ginger. Rough chopped red-eye chilies. Now they can be pretty hot, so I'm gonna just cut them open like so, rather than finely chop them. And that's gonna give us some good spicy flavour, but hopefully it won't be over hot. Lemongrass can be quite tough. I'm gonna go for finely chopped. So give it a good bash. It's one of those dishes that really makes your knife skills, or it sort of brings the best out of you with your knife, you know. You wanna get your stress out, just bash everything. I do sometimes feel sorry for my neighbours. But you're making good food. You've always got that to give to them. Top section of the lemongrass, sometimes a little woody. Just remove that. And then I'd go over your lemongrass as much as possible. Nice, finely chopped, fragrant lemongrass. So once you've chopped all your spices, in Indonesia you have pestle and mortars are almost like flatter versions of these Thai pestle and mortars, but do the same job. We're essentially making a nice, so slightly smoother or coarse paste. I'm going to put a little bit of turmeric, about a teaspoon, into this. There's a lot of tomato that goes into this later, so we're going for sort of a yellowy red curry. For this, I don't mind a bit of texture in that onion, so left there. So that coarse paste is pretty much there. Of course, if you can get your hands onto fresh turmeric, you can use that too. So I've got a good amount of oil in the base of my pan. Just bring the heat down slightly now, medium heat. And just let those onions and that base spice sort of sweat down. Whilst that's sweating away, we can start to set up the liquid for your curry. I've got these large tomatoes here. I'm just going to roughly chop them up because I'm going to put them into a blender. And I'm actually using turkey for this curry. We're going for a sort of leaner finish, a leaner curry here, slightly healthier than I guess chicken, fatty chicken meat. We're going for nice dices. I've of course cut all my vegetables now, so I'm okay to cut my meat on here. So good sized dices of turkey meat. This is actually turkey leg meat. And good turkey should be quite sort of pinky in colour rather than white. Still got a little bit of marbling in there because it's the leg, which is very good for a curry, of course. I don't know why, when I'm making curries I feel really quite sort of relaxed and zen. Maybe it's because of all the wok cooking, you know. It's got a more chilled out feeling to that. You have to really love your curry, that's what's important. So my turkey meat is ready there. My tomatoes need blitzing. I'm just going to keep my hands clean. Tomatoes in. You can use water, but I've got some freshly made chicken stock here, so around 250 mils of chicken stock. I'm guessing that's about that much. Let's see how that works first. Blitz. I'm going to sieve that through just to get any sort of bittiness out. So I've got a super fine sieve, so that took me about 3 hours. But hey, it's worth it. We've almost got our homemade sort of light tomato paste here. And my onions and spice paste now to caramelise nicely on the bottom of that pan. At this point, we're going to up the heat a little and start to add our meat. So the turkey goes in, get all that spice mix into the meat. And that starts to pick up the caramelisation off the bottom of the pan. You're going to sear your meat a little. And then the only things we have to add to this are seasoning. And then your coconut milk. We've got a small amount of coconut milk here. But don't worry, we're not going to use all of that. I've got a small version. So no, we've got our coconut milk. We're going to add the coconut milk gradually, bit by bit, so that you sort of get your coconut milk to separate from its oils. You want to separate the solid from its oils, and that intensifies the curry flavour underneath the oil. A little bit of salt in. Then, as I say, coconut milk, a little bit at a time. Just let that bubble away so that it's easier to scrape off and deglaze the pan. Once the coconut milk is boiling, then we're going to add a little bit more. Okay, mix around. That great yellow colour from the turmeric. Again, it's boiling now, so I'm going to add a little bit more every time, just scraping the flavour off the bottom of the pan. Bring it to a boil. The rest of the coconut milk can go in. Now that's vigorously boiling, so I'm going to start to add my tomatoey stock. Alright, so this sort of curry dish, you can really use whatever vegetables you want. I've got a load of cabbage that I need using up, so I'm going to pop the cabbage in now to cook for the last sort of 5-10 minutes or so. Bring that to a boil, and then we can start to season your curry up. Now actually in Indonesia, places like Bali or all those beautiful locations, you'd have things like calamansi limes, which are really a lot smaller. Oh my gosh. Trying not to throw your lines everywhere. You guys know me now, my hands like to move. So back to the calamansi limes. The calamansi limes, the The calamansi, you saw a bit of Lee there, guys. How exciting. Calamansi limes, well, they're kind of like tiny little oranges almost. Sweet sour, similar to limes that we all know, but maybe not quite as sour. But we can't find them here that readily, so we're just going to use normal limes. Wow, that was a long spiel about limes. Right, straight over. Ah! My hands are everywhere today. Some palm sugar, just to balance out that sour. Let that melt through. Salt. So it's quite a light curry, this, not a thick sauce. It's got a really good kick of spice. Yeah. Sweet, sour, salty. Beautiful. And it really works with that coconut milk. So, curry's been going for a good half hour or so. My cabbage has been softened, but still got a good bite. Get a good base of that cabbage. And look at that great colour from the turmeric. Really simple dish, this. Natural turmeric yellow Indonesian curry. So, time to taste. Nice to get a bit of cabbage in there as well. Nice balance of sweet, sour, and that saltiness. The best thing about it is all the fresh ingredients and that paste. You can really taste the spice. If you want to learn this type of recipe or you want to learn more, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.